Hey guys, happy Thursday. It is Thursday, people, and it's Trending Topics Thursday. Glad to see y'all in the building. I hope that y'all hitting that like button, okay? Because y'all know the like button is your ticket on the train. And we got a lineup tonight. Before we get into the lineup, let me just say this. Over here on the Diva train, that's right. Come on, Sheila. Thank you. Thank you for your ticket number. And thank you for the what? The choo-choo. Over here on the Diva train, I just want you to know, we gets it in. Yeah, we do. We gets it in. And we go back and forth. And I interject with what I want to say because I can. All right? But let me tell y'all this one thing for sure. When we leave the building, because we just had a nice little powwow backstage, okay? When we leave the building, we leave everything on the floor. We don't hold no hard feelings, none of that. So you know what? Take your stance and stand your ground. Because I always tell y'all I'm going to stand mine, okay? So you catch the train, people. Don't catch feelings. Catch the train. Don't catch feelings. And let us know how you feel about the topic, all right? So let me see this here. Diva, what do you think about Joseline Hernandez's court date being moved to next month? Whoo! This thing has me a little baffled. This Jonathan Majors case. We got to see. But you know what? Megan Good is sticking by his side. I'll tell you that. She's standing by her man, honey. Standing by her man. So we are going to keep close to that story. Diva, do you come on every night? Takesha, just depending on how I feel. Yeah, but I try to get in the train. Usually pulls off Monday through Friday. 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yes, true. And I'm glad that y'all come in the building and y'all here with me. Come on now, Leonard. That's right. Tell the people, choo. Diva, yes. Ooh, catch no feelings. You better tell them, don't catch no feelings. Okay, just catch the train. Now listen, people, I already got Full House waiting on this platform to get on this train. And y'all know what y'all got to do. Y'all know what I need. I need a what? I need a choo-choo. All aboard, everybody. We got Trending Topics Thursday. And let me tell you, there was this woman, believe it or not, went into Target, had blackface on. We're going to get into it. I was like, oh my. Okay, we're going to talk about it. Y'all ain't going to hold me hostage with this topic now. We're going to just talk about for 2.2 seconds, I promise you, the statement that Lizzo made today. She finally spoke. Okay, we're going to talk about that. Oh, good gosh, this Joseline Hernandez. Child, you know what? What was that statement they used to say a long time ago? Let's say no to drugs. I forgot. I want to say that was Nancy Reagan campaign, right? Whatever happened to the president's wives and their initiatives? Remember, long time ago, all the president's wives would have their own little initiatives. I think Nancy Reagan was big on the reading with the kids, and I think that was the time when they was like, say no to drugs. Jocelyn got a lot going on, but now she's about to get clinked, okay? 2 felony charges. We're going to get into it. And listen, y'all like to hate on Kim Kardashian. Yeah, y'all do. Y'all like to hate on Kim Kardashian. But Kim Kardashian is out here saving one black man at a time from the jail, okay? She's trying to get Master P's brother, Little Romeo's uncle, out of prison. Okay? She's trying to get him out of prison. And that's why we're calling it tonight, ladies' night, because every topic has something to do with a female. Now, everybody, I'm about to board this train, people, okay? We're boarding this train because the peeps is in the building, and we about to get this conversation in. Now, hold on 1 second now. Hold on. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
We knucking and bucking and ready to fight. Hey, listen, if you're gonna come on this train, you better have your fists up and your slaps ready, because we coming through ready to break it down, okay? And the initiatives, honey. Look, when Trump came in office, everything went out the window. So of course these people ain't doing no more initiatives.
Oh, that's a shame. That's a shame. That's a shame. Okay. All right. Now we got E in the building.
Choo choo.
We got the monthly ticket holder, Robin. We got, in my opinion, Dustin. Hey, peeps. We got Zeta. Tight Natural. I
Hey,
don't think
Deepa.
I've ever seen you in a while. Hey, Dustin. And Nikki is
Oh
in the
yeah,
building.
I am.
And Denzel is in the building. Well, people, the platform is booked solid. We got 10 people on the platform, and I'm going to bring up our first story, okay? I might as well, you know what? Let me go ahead and get this out the way. We're going to go ahead and do Lizzo statement first. That's what we're going to do. We're going to do the Lizzo statement first, okay? Everybody knows that, unfortunately, Lizzo is being sued. All right. And everybody was waiting for Lizzo to speak up. They was like, why isn't she saying anything? What's going on? We want to hear from Lizzo. Okay. That's what the people were saying. And so finally, Lizzo has spoken. And let me just present this screen right here. We're going to do this off the back so we can get it out the way. It's what Lizzo said. Okay. Everybody just mute for me while I get through this Lizzo statement here, so we can all hear. She said these last few days have been gut-wrenchingly difficult and overwhelmingly disappointing. My work ethic, morals, and respectfulness have been questioned. My character has been criticized. Usually I choose not to respond to false allegations, but these are as unbelievable as they sound and too outrageous to be addressed. These sensationalized stories are coming from former employees who have already publicly admitted that they were told their behavior on tour was inappropriate and unprofessional. As an artist, I've always been very passionate about what I do. I take my music and my performances seriously because at the end of the day, I only want to put out the best art that represents me and my fans. With passion comes hard work and high standards. Sometimes I have to make hard decisions, but it's never my intention to make anyone feel uncomfortable or like they aren't valued as an important part of the team. I'm not here to be looked at as a victim, but I am not the villain that people in the media have portrayed me to be these last few days. I'm very open with my sexuality and expressing myself, but I cannot accept or allow people to use that openness to make me out to be something that I'm not. There is nothing I take more seriously than the respect we deserve as women in the world. I know what it feels like to be body shamed on a daily basis and would absolutely never criticize or terminate an employee because of their weight. I'm hurt, but I will not let the good work I've done in the world be overshadowed by this. I want to thank everyone who has reached out in support to lift me up during this difficult time. That was her response to all the allegations of ex-employees, pretty much saying a lot of things about her. Now, listen, guys, because I plan to spend not that much time on this particular story at all, because we kind of exhausted it the other night, and we gotta wait for more to come out. So, in 2 words, I'm gonna go around. I just want 2 words from you, no more than 3. Let me know your feelings in 1 to 3 words about this statement that Lizzo put out. Flip Virgo said a whole lot of nothing. I'm trying to tell you, all right now, Royer, you got 3 words. What do you feel about this statement Lizzo put out?
Damn, Flip, you looking good. Okay, we see you. And Lizzo, guilty, guilty, guilty.
Okay, boom. E, you got 1 to 3 words. What do you feel about this statement that Lizzo put out?
Bye week.
Zeta, You got 1 to 3 words. What do you feel about this statement that Lizzo put out?
What a shame. What a shame.
I like that. Okay, now. All right. Dustin, 1
Yes,
to 3
Diva.
words. What do you feel about this statement that
My
Lizzo
my my 1 to 3 words are I'm not I'm gonna wait to see what the court has to say about the whole mess.
Thank you, Dustin. Okay, in my opinion, your thoughts?
You should have kept quiet.
Boom. Woo woo. Woo woo woo. Okay, now. All right, Nikki, your thoughts?
Now, you know I can't do this in 3 words. No, I'm going to say Godspeed.
Okay. Denzel, your thoughts?
Girl, bye.
All right, now. Robin, your thoughts?
Project trial evidence.
Okay, now. Well, Lizzo, the people have spoken. We're going to stay close to this story. I wish you all the best. But again, if these victims, what they're saying is true, all I can say is, oh my. All right, people, we're going to move on. All right, that was the Lizzo update. The next story I want to bring up, and shout out to Adele, because Adele, she likes to deal with the mental health issues. Now, for the first time in a long time, this story that I'm about to present, I truly feel that this woman has some mental health issues and she needs help fast. Now, we're going to get into this story. Let me go ahead and share my screen. Let me just take something down here. Okay, I think I did. All right. 1 second. Here we go. Okay. Here we are. So the woman in blackface terrorizes Target worker and demands to know where its prize section is before going on a rant in nearby Starbucks, where she complained about being fired from her post office job. Okay. So a white woman who painted her face black terrorized staff in Target and demanded to know where the prize section was. Arissa, whatever, Campbell, stormed into the store in Colorado and made her way to an employee who explained to her that Pride Month was over. She didn't claim that the LGBT community had taken over the American flag forever before walking out. Okay. She later went to a nearby Starbucks where she complained about being fired from her post office job. A trespass warning was recently issued about her, which told her former colleagues to call the police and the U.S. Postal Inspection Service if she was seen on the premises. Now, let me see if I could play some of this for y'all. Hold on 1 second. Let's see.
You're a horrible person. You're literally doing blackface.
Yeah. Me later.
In the middle of the store.
Lester Holt did whiteface. Nobody said. Where's your pride section? I need to know.
We're past.
Oh, I thought they were celebrating this and they took our flag forever. No, I was wrong. My bad. I don't shop at Target. I just take pictures. Join me. Post it on my Facebook, please. My Facebook friends love it.
That's the craziest thing I've ever seen in my whole life.
Hey, Facebook. I'm looking for a job today. I'm at Starbucks. I never treat myself to Starbucks since the post office got rid of me. I barely treated myself to Starbucks when I was working there. I couldn't afford it. Trump is coming. I'm showing my titties. I have somebody across from me that's showing his too. I'll post his picture later. It's hilarious. You guys got to see this. Anyway. Wish me luck. I'm going to the post office for a job. It will never recognize my picture now. They could put me on the FBI wanted list. Have a good day. I'm going to have me a Nakai refresher. Okay. If you want if you want what this stuff is, and if you've never had it, you got to come down to Starbucks. I'm off of Mississippi and 225. Okay. Stay tuned.
All right. Whew. All right, let's continue. That's a closer picture of her. That's her again. Okay, the post office is saying, listen, watch out for her. Y'all see her, call right away. Okay, her outburst in Target was filmed by shocked customers and posted on social media. In the video, the woman is heard calling her a horrible person, and she responds, "You're a horrible person." A person recorded then says she literally doing blackface in the middle of a store. She defended herself by saying, "Let's go home," did whiteface, and nobody said anything. In reference to the news anchor dressing up as a Scottish singer, Susan Boyle, for Halloween. She quickly moves on and shouts, "Where's your pride section? I need to know." It's at an employee who explains Pride Month is over. "I thought we were celebrating this, and I thought they took our flag forever. No, I was wrong. My bad," she added. "I don't shop at Target. I just take pictures." She then asked the person recording to post the video on her Facebook page and claimed her friends love it before the clip ended. Another video shows her in a nearby Starbucks with Donald Trump stickers on her t-shirt. "Hey, Facebook, I'm looking for a job today," she says. "I'm at Starbucks. I never treat myself to Starbucks since the post office got rid of me. I barely treated myself to Starbucks when I was working there. I couldn't afford it." So she lost it. Okay, that's her. She shows off her Trump stickers and says, "Trump is coming. Wish me luck. I'm going to the post office for a job," she adds. "They will never recognize my picture now. You can put me on the FBI wanted list." She was fired from the post office job in February, but a trespassing notice was put up at the former workplace on Tuesday to warn colleagues to call the police and the U.S. Postal Inspection Service if they spotted her. She proudly shared it on Facebook page where she made racist comments about the employees and called them some of the loneliest, miserable, trashiest, lazy people in my life. Woo, that's Miss Target right there, people. That is Miss Target. Woo. All right, Royer, what are your thoughts on Miss Target? Are you there? All right, let's skip over Royer. E, what are your thoughts? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
sorry, I could not get to the mute button fast enough. Sorry, Diva. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay. Mental health aside, this woman is a bigot and a racist. It's clear to me that either a Black person or a member of the LGBT community took her job, or maybe both. Maybe they were Black and a member of the LGBT, and rightfully so. But notice how whenever Donald riles up his base for the campaign season, these people get more outrageous and openly prejudiced by the second. He incites hate. He makes a mockery of our criminal justice and FBI agencies. And to be honest, I'm glad that she got terminated from the post office. I feel like they should do background checks and mental assessments on these people more stricter than they do. She was probably stealing Black and gay folks' mail. Don't have a name like Shaniqua and Anaya and be expecting a check, because that's going right back to sender. I think that for me, I can't just chuck this up as mental health, because by making a mockery of those two groups, that's intentional. To me, having a mental break, you're going to lash out at everybody. And so the fact that you had the intentions of painting your face brown, and you're being very specific about the FBI and that Trump is coming, she's buying into the Kool-Aid that Trump is going to get reelected and he's going to fix the world. And she's sadly mistaken. And for all the Black people on the shade room who I keep seeing rooting for Trump and saying, "Oh, please, and he's going to be the answer," get yourselves together. This woman, I feel like you should get more time for using the excuse of mental illness when you behave badly, because so many people do that. And we spoke about that on this channel before. I don't think it is appropriate. And I feel like at a certain instance, we're going to have to come to a place in society where we make the decision that even if you have a mental disability, in spite of that, you still will be charged as a regular adult.
Yeah. Yeah. Whew. In my opinion, your thoughts? Are you there? Okay, I'm gonna move to Robin. Robin, your thoughts?
Where's everybody?
I know, right?
Everybody is here.
Okay, go ahead, Robin.
Pass.
Okay, all right. Nikki, your thoughts?
Oh, Lord Jesus. You know, I feel away because I work with people who are mentally ill all day, every day. So, like I said in the chat, it's very nuanced, and you have to have education and training to really be able to point it out. But I will say this, from my opinion of what I saw, that just seems like hatred. But I don't think you have to be mentally ill to hate people. I just think it's part of sometimes, unfortunately, our makeup as people. We can decide to hate people for whatever reason. I mean, we watched yesterday where we talked about the young man that got unalived simply because of his sexuality. I don't even think he was just dancing somewhere. So it's just, it's beyond. But the thing that bothers me about this type of hatred and insensitivity and on and on and on is that these people continue to get away with it. It seems like they can go wherever they want, and they usually don't look like me and you. And you know what I mean by that. And no one says anything. Meanwhile, two brown people can go to Starbucks and sit there, and someone will call the cops just because they're sitting there, just because they're brown. And it just, to me, it's all the audacities that people have to be able, because for us, you know, and I don't want to get on a megaphone, but I just feel like for us, we have to be so strategic about what we're going to do, what we're going to say, what we're going to wear, what time we're going to go, when we're going to leave, and everything else in between, just so that we can go do it safely. Meanwhile, you got her just showing up, just like balls out, I don't care, and really have no fear of what might happen. And that, to me, is the bigger problem. Because you can feel however you feel. That's the country we live in. You're supposed to be able to say what you want to say and whatnot. But it's just like, when will these people learn? Because I promise you, it's like I said last time, once she doesn't have a job, she says, but once enough people say enough thing, make enough racket, then they'll be like, oh, I'm so sorry, I'm not racist, I'm not this, I'm not that, and then people go back to their regular life. And I just feel like, no, people like her should be held accountable, and they should be afraid to go out and just be a menace to society and terrorize the people at the Target and at the Starbucks and everywhere else. I'm like, these people just trying to live their life. Stop it. Anyway, that's my opinion.
Yes. Zita, your thoughts?
I think this is absolutely intentional. I don't think she said it was an accident or anything like that. But it takes time for you to go and paint your entire face brown and then to walk around like that. And she even said, put me on the FBI watch list. Well, baby girl, you're going to be on it, because what you did was unacceptable. Because I feel like what Auntie Robin said yesterday, we are regressing. We're supposed to be in a more progressive time right now, but now people are blatantly outside showing their hatred. And it just makes no sense. I don't know. Somebody's gonna show her, like the people in the comments were saying, that she needs her behind whoop. Well, if somebody gets her, that's against.
She's playing with fire. She's playing with fire. She's playing with fire for sure. And I wonder, because listen, not for nothing, the post office is one of the hardest places to get fired from. So what the heck did she do to get fired? Dustin, your thoughts?
Can you hear me, Diva?
Yes, I can.
My thoughts are this: how crazy is she to talk about that? That's just downright crazy, in my opinion, Diva. I'm not trying to be rude to anybody. That's downright crazy, and I'm glad that the U.S. Postal Service fired her because she deserves everything she gets.
Yeah, it's insane. It's crazy. I was shocked when I saw that. She probably went to work with blackface. Jersey Girl 68 said, I don't know what she did. She's crazy though, for sure. Tight Natural, what are your thoughts?
I agree with everyone. I think, just this whole, Trump thing is just refueling people. And I also think that I see another type of January the 6th. That's what she reminds me of. Because there will be others. that do similar or worse because they're being fueled as this election time that's to come is coming upon us, and all of his stuff that's going on. So, but at the same time, she knew where to go and where not to go.
That's facts.
Why did you choose Target in an area? I'm pretty sure you.
I lost her. Is nobody can? Did it stop for everybody?
Yeah, it stopped on my end.
Yeah.
Wait
Yeah.
a minute. Was this in a black area? Is that what she was trying to say? That the woman went in a black area?
No,
No,
she
she
did
didn't
not.
go in the black
She did
area. Is
not.
what she's saying.
She did
Oh,
not. She did not. She knew where to go. That's pretty much what Tight Natural was saying. She knew where to go.
okay.
Yeah. That's what. All right. Can you hear us, Tight Natural? All right. I don't know. We haven't sound issue. Yes. Yes.
Okay. Can I speak real quick?
Yes, you can.
Okay. I just feel like this whole situation just goes to show, that society has not changed much. There are still a lot of people who are out here, still looking at the world in a negative perspective, and they're okay with it. So it just, to me, speaks to those of us who are open and of that same community. I think you need to, make those people aware. I think awareness is the key. I think some people are just so stuck in their ways, and then some people don't want to share, that those days are gone, because they are. Like, if we, my generation, we just ain't having this kind of stuff. My generation will drag you through the streets of Target before we let you do something like that. So, make your friends aware, for those who don't know, so they don't want to run in front of one of us and then we got to drag them. So, but this is just a really sad situation. And for those who are enduring this, my condolences to you, and I hope that you don't allow this negativity to enter to your spirit, because that's all it is. Negativity going around to try to attach on to others to be negative.
Yeah. So who is Alyssa Watts? Y'all gotta enlighten me on this. She said we need to be offering our prayers for Alyssa Watts. She is a Black woman that might be unalived. Like, what happened? I don't know this story. All right. Denzel, what are your thoughts on this story?
That let me say the right words. That racist piece of trash. I can see why she got fired from the post office. I see why. What did she do to get fired? Because she probably did something really bad to get fired from the post office. And then, wearing blackface, and acting nuts. And I'm telling you, if that was one of us that did that in there, you best believe the cops will be there in a second. And and so she's on the warning list, ain't she?
I don't know. I just know that if she goes on postal grounds, they are to call and whatever. But I don't know how far that goes. Like, I don't know what that means. I don't know what she did at the post office. It would be interesting. It would be interesting to know, though. But
Exactly.
She was very intentional, and like you said, it takes a minute to paint your face, because it wasn't sloppy. It wasn't sloppy, and she had to go buy whatever she used to darken her skin like that. And she was like, "Yeah, put me on Facebook, post it to my page. My friends will love it." Yeah, she was a mess.
Was that paint on her face?
I mean, I don't know if it was maybe some foundation. I really don't know what she used. I don't know what she used. But she didn't do it sloppy. The way she did it was definitely intentional. And she was being messy. She definitely was being messy. Adele, what are your thoughts?
I think I agree with you the most so far. Because I think there needs to be some education around mental health. Like a person can have a mental health issue just about one thing, and everything else they do perfect, and they call them functional. Um, they could be very functional in society with everything, but they this one thing that they need to be mindful of. That being said, it doesn't mean that she gets to get away with this. Like someone else said, there's consequence to every behavior. But on the whole of it, we need overall to understand that mental health issues are not an excuse. There's people that use it as an excuse, like a lot of things as well. But at the same time, it doesn't mean that it's not a valid thing that we need to look at, because there's good people and people who are functional don't do things like this. That's
Thank you. So Alicia Watts, they're saying his story needs to be as big as Carly's because she is really
It need to
messy.
be big. It need to be bigger than Carly. It's a lot of them that need to be bigger.
Really?
Where's she from?
She's from shoot, and I got so many stories in my head. I think she's from North Carolina.
Yeah, she's from
She
Charlotte.
came up missing, and her boyfriend was found in her car unresponsive, but she's nowhere to be found.
Are you serious? This is recent?
Yes, this is recent. All these stories came out around the time
I'm
Carly
in
came out.
Charlotte, and I
So
have
she
not
grabbed
heard
all the
about
media
this
attention,
story.
and these people have not grabbed the attention. I sent y'all both the link. They've been looking for this girl for the longest. It's another girl that's in Kendover, Georgia. People been sending me this stuff since I did all the work on Carly Russell. That's why I told Sherelle finna help me get a press pass so I can get the information that I need. But yeah, it's a lot of them that's missing. There's another one in Kendover, Georgia. She's missing, and she has a 1-month-old baby, and nobody has seen her. Her car was burnt to charge behind her baby daddy's apartment building. It's a mess what's going on, and we don't get the stories that we need because we're too busy focusing on the ones that's out here faking theirs.
Ooh, okay.
It's
I'm
a shame.
story because we need her picture. This is sad. I did recall quickly hearing about someone that like the boyfriend was in the car, passed out, or whatever the case may be, but I didn't realize she was missing. She was last seen in Charlotte on July 16, and investigators haven't released many details about where she is.
Is this it?
Maybe that is.
Yeah,
that's her.
Okay.
Oh my God.
I
All
got
right.
you, Diva.
I'm gonna look at that. All right, guys. Woo. All right. So that's the Target story. We're gonna continue to move on. Everybody, thanks for your input on that. I will say, you know what? Be careful in these streets. Okay, so wait, Glendon has some information. Black CEO media YouTuber is where I found out about Alyssa Watts. Thank you so much for that information, Gwendolyn. I'm going to start to look into it. All right. Wonderful. All right, everybody. So we're going to move on to the next story. Now, y'all know y'all like to give Kim Kardashian a hard time, but maybe today y'all can lighten up because she's trying to help get one of your brothers free. Okay. Masterpiece brother, Little Romeo's uncle. He's been behind bars for a long time, and Kim Kardashian is trying to help free the brother. So hold on one second. Okay. And this is the love of Monica's life. Okay. I think Monica divorced her husband over this situation, but I don't know. I'm just saying, I think. So Kim Kardashian says, free Corey Miller. Said free him. She advocates for a new trial for Master P's brother. All right. So Kim in these streets trying to get justice for the brothers. Y'all want to give it up for Kim? Kim Kardashian is back to campaigning for Master P's brother released from prison, citing a new law in the state of Louisiana that could possibly land the incarcerated rapper a new trial. Corey Miller, the former No Limit rapper, has been locked up in the Bayou State since 2002. He's been in jail for a long time. Okay, what is that? 21 years, where he's serving a life sentence for second-degree murder and alleged miscarriage of justice, according to Kim. She said, I want to shed some light on the case that I've been working on for years. Corey Miller has spent 21 years in prison for a crime he did not commit. And his conviction is based entirely on the testimony of two men whom the state dragged to trial just on material witness warrants. Those men have now sworn that their prior testimony was untrue. There is no remaining evidence that suggests that Corey Miller is any more culpable than the hundreds of patrons who were at the Platinum Club on January 12, 2002, when Stephen Thomas was tragically pow. Okay. So on Thursday, she dropped several statements on social media breaking down Louisiana's new law, which allows people to submit new factual evidence to prove their innocence. Kim thinks Corey isn't given his fair rights, as he's never been given an evidentiary hearing to explain his side, and several witnesses have since recanted statements. Now that's serious, guys. If several people are saying, I lied. Louisiana recently enacted a new law that provides innocent people with the ability to raise a post-conviction claim of factual innocence. Mr. Miller has raised such a claim, and like all of his prior post-conviction filings, has been denied relief without even such as an evidentiary hearing. In light of the fact that the only witnesses have completely recanted their testimony, there is absolutely no related evidence against Mr. Miller. The 52-year-old, who rapped under the name C Murder. You know what? This on a side note, I think it's problematic when these artists want to have names like this. Isn't it ironic? Your name was C Murder, and then you was accused of murdering somebody, and now you got a life sentence. But that's just me, right? Has been getting public support from Master P, his family, his ex-girlfriend, Monica Brown. Okay, the singer, the R&B singer Monica. Monica was in love with this man and Kim for years, but the state hasn't shared their sentiments, okay? And I want to say that is C Murder and Monica there, okay? Got to watch that on Instagram. I don't think it's going to play here. I'll show it to you later. Well, let me see. Let me go back to this story. Okay, where did I go? All right, let me go back down here. His last shot at freedom came back in 2019 when a judge rules that aforementioned recanted statements weren't credible enough to force a retrial. So listen, for whatever reason, the courts is like, no, you got to stay put, my friend. We not buying it. We don't care that these people took back their statement. You going to stay where you at. We're not here for it. And Monica. This is Monica. This was Monica, the love of her life, C Murder. Look at them. He been locked up for 21 years, and she's still stuck on C Murder. Now, I want to say, her marriage ended over this right here. Because when Kim first started helping him out, she was going to see him. I want to say, I think Monica probably, she got him good up in that jail, got the money on the books and everything. Look at them. Look at them. I guess they was thick as thieves. Whew, I don't know. You're waiting 21 years for somebody? I don't know if I could do that. No 21 years. That's a lot. All right, but Monica. Oh, Monica love her a thug, they said. Oh, yay. All right. Listen, people, we got to talk about this. Royer, you waiting 21 years for somebody? Or do you want to say thank you to Kim Kardashian? She's trying to get your brother out of jail.
Kim Kardashian can thank us for allowing her to do these things. I feel like Kim Kardashian opened up my generation to a whole lot of stuff that we just shouldn't have been experienced to, and she caused a lot of damage. So I appreciate her trying to make up for the damage that she has caused, number one. Number two, I don't really know exactly what happened with this situation, so I'm just going to speak with the facts that I have. People recant their stories every day. So we just can't go based off a recant of a story. We need to go based off of evidence. And if the evidence has proven that this individual did what they are accusing him of doing, then we got to roll with the punches of life. We made decisions, and decisions have consequences.
Well, thank you, Royer. E, your thoughts? Do you want to say thank you to Kim Kardashian?
Hell no. Are you crazy?
Come on, E.
I will not. And I feel like it's making a mockery. Kim, first of all, let me say this before I even get into Kim. Corey and Monica are not together anymore. I will not call him C Murder. Corey is his name. Corey and Monica are not together. I know she put out that song called Letters. It's all a farce. Okay, if you're in Atlanta, you know. And it was no reason for her to get back with him. How do you hook up with an inmate as a free woman, then still deal with him lying and cheating on you while you're being faithful in the free world? Monica, I need you to wake up. I love you, but you have to get yourself together, girl. Um, Also, Corey is not the reason Monica and Shannon broke up. Shannon was cheating on Monica for years, and there were women inboxing Monica saying they were pregnant by Shannon. The information is still on Google. You can see they were inboxing Monica's brother and saying, "Will you tell your sister that Shannon got me pregnant?" And he said, "I'll let her know." Like, this is all public information. But right before Monica filed for divorce from Shannon, Shannon was indicted on federal charges. And he had to pay $320,000 in restitution. He was a part of that basketball scheme, healthcare fraud. I don't know if y'all remember that. All those basketball players were filing claims against the NBA's healthcare plan, and they were pocketing the money. It was all a scheme because they weren't getting health care. They were just using that money to finance their lifestyle. So all of that happened right before that. And if you ask me, and what the hell do I know? But if you ask me, Monica divorced his ass because he was on federal charges, and it was millions that those people had stolen, I believe. And in my opinion, they were separating the assets because she sold that house. But anyways, as for Kim trying to get Corey out, she's been trying to do that for the past 2 years, because remember, Master P and Monica went back and forth on Instagram about that because yes. And so I don't care that Master P is his brother or Romeo is his nephew. Might as well be Tory Lane's brother and Blue Ivy's uncle for all I care. The bottom line is Corey was breaking the law, and he was being a menace to society while he was out in the 90s. Actually, all of those No Limit people were. All of them. And they had beaten people up. They robbed people. There are urban legends about Master P having people knocked off. They mysteriously vanished. Okay. So I'm not going to say that we need to free him, because there are truly innocent people out here who haven't done anything wrong but be at the wrong place at the wrong time, who really have been victims of, quote unquote, a miscarriage of justice. So when I look at someone who has willingly broken the law and intentionally done things to make other people, other Black people, victims, you pour drugs into our community. You've stolen from Black people. You've beaten Black people up. You have been unruly. I will never advocate to say you need to be free. Now, do I believe that he did this one? I don't know if I believe he did this one, but this is what happens. He had broken the law so much. He had been arrested so many times, and this is the one that stuck. That's why they don't want to let him out, because he slipped through the cracks too many times. I'll probably get some heat for this, but I say keep his ass in there. I said it. Sorry, Diva.
Well, thank you, E. E said, C Murder need to stay where he at. Okay, Mo Better, thank you for the super chat. Soon as the cop said step out the car, I'm single. I'm trying to tell you. I'm single. What? The cops locked you up? I'm good. Dustin,
I don't know you, and you don't know me.
Dustin, your thoughts? Are you there? Okay. Okay. Any thoughts on this story?
I know I had to step away, so go ahead and pass me. I had to step away, so I didn't hear.
No problem. Adele, any thoughts on this? You want to say thank you to Kim Kardashian?
Yes, I do, actually.
Okay, Adele.
In my life, I've decided love, because hate is too much a burden to bear. And whatever goes to the collection of good, I support that. And I've taken a stance. It doesn't matter who it is, even if you are a murderer and you decided tomorrow that you're going to start doing good, I support that good because that means that you've seen the light, and God is always working, no matter who you are, for people to see the light. And I support that too. That being said, if what he said was right though, and he was doing all the things that allowed him to be in where he is, then I think he should stay there. But if she's going to continue to help people who need to be helped, like the lady she helped before, who honestly, I saw her story. She didn't need to be there, and I'm thankful that she helped her. And whoever else that she can help that needs to be out, let her help and let her do her best. And I will thank her for everyone. And I will do what I can to support anyone in those suffering as well. Thank you.
Well, thank you. Robin, your thoughts? Would you like to say thank you to Kim Kardashian? Okay, Robin, I don't know what happened. Nikki, would you like to say thank you to Kim Kardashian?
Yes, I
Okay.
support her and I support Adele. Sure do.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
standing tall and proud. Sure am. I just listen. I feel like finding fault is a disease of our society. It's like people can't wait to find fault. What exactly are we mad at Kim about? Like, come on, people. You can hate her for whatever the reasons you want to hate her, because she got a sex tape, because she is wearing braids, whatever the reasons are that brown people have a problem with her. My only real problem with her is the Jordan Woods situation, because I felt like that was wrong, how she treated her, how her family treated her. But other than that, I'm just like, I just don't understand how we find fault with this lady who is trying to do good. Like, to me, because she's not our skin color, why is that a problem when at the end of the day, what she's doing is something good? Now, I don't know any of the facts that Eve was talking about with Mr. Murder or C Murder or whatever. I don't know any of that information. So I'm blind to that, and I'm okay with saying I'm blind and ignorant to the facts regarding that. But if, from what I've seen thus far with whatever Kim has done in terms of the public stuff that she done, like when she had that picture with Donald Trump and everyone was outraged and they realized what happened and what the real picture was about, I haven't seen anyone be able to dig up anything that said whatever she has done, whoever she has helped get free, that it was wrong, like she was uninformed. So until somebody shows me something that says this lady isn't on a roll with trying to help people, that she really has no, she's sitting on a pile of money. She don't have to do any of what she's doing. She can go sit on an island somewhere like a lot of rich wealthy people do and absolutely do nothing and just sit on her laurels and could care less. She put in her time. She doesn't have to do it. And that's why I can't understand why people have the hate, because I'm like, there's plenty of people. Let's add all her haters together, and I can guarantee you, if we add all of them together, none of them have done an ounce of what she's done to get anyone out of prison, including some of their family members, friends, and whomever else. So it's just like, stop with the selective outrage. I'm not mad at her. She's out there doing more than I'm out there doing, and I feel like I do something good every day, and that's just me on my little high horse over here. But no, I don't feel no type of way about the lady. I think, do I like everything she does? Do I like everything her family does? No, not really. Not actually, not really. But I'm not going to knock her when she's out here doing way more than half the people that are saying something negative to her or about her are doing. So, like, until you got something to say that you're doing great, leave that lady alone.
Well, I thought I saw on Sherelle's World that Kim Kardashian, didn't Sherelle report that Chris had a church that they was funneling money through?
Hold on, E. But Nikki, do you think that this C Murder should have an opportunity to get out the jail?
Well, let me say this. I don't personally know anybody that's in jail. I would never want to be there. But I will say this. If there's any truth to what Kim is saying, what he is saying, then yes, I do think that you should have the opportunity, just like anyone else. If you have, what do they call those things where you go back to court? I forget what they're called.
A retrial?
No, not a retrial, where you get to, it's sort of like a retrial. It starts with an A. I can't think of the word, but basically you get an opportunity to say, hey, listen, before the judge, let's present whatever evidence wasn't presented or whatever witnesses weren't available or whatever the case may be. I do think there's tons of people. that do that get out of jail because they have enough money, enough clout, enough people that are important, enough influence to do it. And unfortunately, we got a whole bunch of prisons that are full of brown people that don't have access, to any of those things. So I'm just say this. I do feel like, yes, he has the right to do that, to at least try to get out, whether or not he's guilty or not. If he is guilty, leave him where he is. But I do think he should have an opportunity to prove his innocence if he's in fact innocent.
Yeah. Okay, I like that. Zeta, your thoughts?
So I'm gonna echo my co-panelists and say that I don't remember the numbers, but African Americans are 7.5 times more likely to be convicted unlawfully for murder. And then we don't really have the access, or we're not really in the door to be able to do the things that Kim is doing. So if Kim is there, she's able to do it, then kudos to her. I mean, she is a bigger name, so she is going to get the credit, but I guess we appreciate her for helping those who are in need. And if I don't know anything about the story, that was before my time. So if he is guilty, I mean, then he deserves to stay in jail. But if he's not guilty, then I think he deserves to be out. And I think that she should join forces with other local people to help other people that are in different areas that are affected. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I like that. Who did I miss? Did I get to you, Denzel? My screen shifted.
No, not yet.
Okay, you're up.
Did opinion go?
I'll get to her because I see now she's next to you on the screen, so I'm gonna go down that row so I won't mess myself up. So go ahead.
Oh, I don't know with the Kim thing. I don't know if she's doing this. If she's really doing this to really help him. Good. If she's not, that shame on her. If she's not doing it for good, I don't know. Is that the singer Monica dating him?
She said they're just friends.
They just friends.
They're friends. Yes, they're just friends.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I don't know. That's all I got to say. I don't got nothing else to say with that.
You. In my opinion, your thoughts? Want to say thank you to Kim?
No, I don't want to say thank you to her, but here's the thing. I hate to say this. When you put yourself in alignment with people that are doing these crimes, then how you expect somebody to believe that you're innocent? Now, if these people really recanted and they serious about the recanting, because I've heard that the recantment, the reason why they wasn't taking it was because they was being paid off.
Oh.
Now, so if they was being paid off to recant, then no, don't let him out, because here's the thing: you can't be too sorry if you're paying people off. So I think there's a lot to this story that we don't know. Now I have seen that there's some people that she's got out that have been, needed to be out, and for that I, say thank you to you. But we all should be lifting our hands to help somebody if they in need, if we have that platform or that kind of power to do it. Unlikely, most of us don't have that kind of power to do anything like that. And kudos to her for getting her law degree so she could do this. You know what I'm saying? Like, keep doing what you're doing. But I feel like she used us too many times and she get away with it for using us.
You know what though? Listen, I wonder though, because he got a life sentence, and everybody that unalives people do not get a life sentence. So I'm wondering all the details. I'm gonna have to look a little more into this. Like, how did he end up with this life sentence? When there's other people like that preppy, the preppy killer, he's out right now.
It depends on what state and what they charge you with. Capital murder. You automatically get life or the death penalty, depending on the state.
Okay. Ooh. Okay. Depending on the state. Okay, I see. Because I was like, well, and not to say, whether I want him out or not. Listen, like everybody's saying, if he's truly innocent, he should get a second chance. But for some reason, every time he comes up for an appeal or parole, or he didn't have parole because it was life in prison. But every time he comes up and trying to get out, they're like, no, they don't even want to hear what he got to say.
Because he done had a record since he was 12. So, I mean, here's the thing.
Oh.
You trying to convince somebody that you innocent when you already got 15 charges on your record. It's like, yeah, the time ain't adding up. And then all of a sudden, out the blue, 20 years later, these people are recanting. It's not adding up.
I see what you're saying. The math is not mathing. And then someone else said that they heard Louisiana laws are no joke. Okay. Oh, he said the same thing. He's been breaking the law since he was 12. Yikes.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's the South. In the South, I'm telling y'all, don't break no law in the South.
Nope, don't do it.
Callie said the victims' families are connected in Jefferson Parish. What do you got to tell me more about that?
That's the county that he was tried in.
Oh.
Oh wow.
Whoa. So then somebody said the dirty South, baby, and they show you no love. Oh my God.
Oh wow.
Well, you know what then? I mean, unfortunately, he probably the victim was also a child criminal. So it was two criminals.
Oh, it was two.
This is a mess.
That's usually how it go though, Diva. That's what they do. They sit up there and they shoot each other up until they all dead. That's what they do.
Oh, this is a mess. I mean, good luck with Kim Kardashian and C Murder. I don't know how this is going to pan out, but it's a lot. And if he had that record, I could see them. But wow, life he got. Life. All right, we're going to move into our last story. And our last story is Joseline Hernandez. Honey, you know what I think? When you get away with bad behavior too long, it becomes a part of your DNA and you don't know how to act right. And so now she went too far and they're hitting her with 2 felony charges and she may go down. The Puerto Rican princess may spend some time in jail. Okay, so Joseline Hernandez hit with 2 felony charges for Big Lex altercation. Oh my God. Joseline Hernandez appeared in court today, right? So Joseline Hernandez appeared in court today where a judge stated that she's been charged with 2 felony counts of battery on a law enforcement officer. You know what? One thing you better not do is don't touch the popo. Don't touch the popo. She was in court for her arraignment after a warrant for her arrest was issued earlier this week. The charges stem from an altercation that took place between her and Big Les at the Mayweather versus Gotti match in June. Should have stayed up at home, watched it on cable, prepaid, whatever. I don't know. Apparently, the 2 of them got physical after a heated verbal exchange. Things got pretty brutal based on the footage of the incident. According to reports, various people tried to break up the fight before police got involved. Hernandez was arrested following the brawl and charged with battery, trespassing, and more. Body cam footage for her arrest was later released, showing Hernandez lashing out at a law enforcement officers. Okay. So this is her in court. We're going to listen to it. I think I queued it up to the right space. Let's see. Let's listen. I do not.
Defendant is present. Charge 2, battering a law enforcement officer. Both of these are add charges. And count 3, battering a law enforcement officer. Any argument that's a probable cause? No, Your Honor. All right. Court finds probable cause on charges 2 and 3. Turn to the state of Florida for bond recommendation and/or recommendation. I'm going to release her on her own reconnaissance by agreement.
Not for nothing. This has nothing to do with this case, but do you see that other guy in court waiting for his turn? He nervous as I don't know what. See, that's why you need to not do crimes. He back there shaking his leg. He about to shake that leg off. He's so nervous.
Of the parties on 2 and 3 should be released on her own reconnaissance by agreement of the parties. All previous special terms and conditions that were ordered on June 13, 2023 will remain in full force and effect. But she's got to go into custody because it's an up-file for a felony. They got a book on it.
The previous time was for the felony.
These 2 add charges, 2 and 3, 2 new felonies. They got a book on it. At least that's what I'm being told by the sheriff's office. In order for her to be served with the papers, because she has been add charged on 2 felonies, they have to book her on those felonies. They got to take her prints just as they would any other felony to make sure that she's not able to come back, or a clever lawyer like yourself, very wise, can't come back and say, my client was never booked on those charges. You understand what I'm saying? She'll be RR, should be a quick turnaround, but they do have to take you into custody, man. You understand that? Now, all previous, she's remanded in custody of the Broward Sheriff's Office to be served with this capable support. She is released on her own reconnaissance on 2 and 3. All previous special terms and conditions ordered on June 13, 2023 shall.
Whew. First of all, why her lawyer looking all shocked? No, we gonna book her like she's any other felon, okay? She's been throwing her phone at she's seen throwing her phone at somebody and shouting before being taken down by the police. She then proceeded to unleash a slew of homophobic and racist comments at police, and they eventually carried her away. Many suspect that Hernandez could have been intoxicated during her fight with Big Les. She's been open in the past about her substance abuse issues. With that being said, this was also far from the first altercation fans saw Hernandez involved in. Following news of her arrest warrant this week, Hernandez took to social media to comment on the Shade Room's post. Even the beat can't catch me, she wrote. Well, they got you now, boo. Alongside several laughing emojis. She appeared to be taking the news pretty lightly, considering the seriousness of her charges. The new set of charges Hernandez has been hit with pertain to her interaction with police seen in the body cam footage. Luckily for the reality star, however, the judge states in the clip that she only needs to be booked as a formality. It appears as though she won't actually be behind bars for long. Hernandez has pleaded not guilty to various charges, and she is scheduled to appear again in court next week. She's a hot mess. She thinks everything is a joke in the game. Allegedly, the way she's seen in that video is like she's still on a little something. She needs help, and she needs help fast. Roya, what are your thoughts? You on mute.
You know, I've been talking about Joseline for a very, very long time. I've been saying Joseline has been problematic since the Love and Hip Hop days when she was allegedly doing In Love with the Coco back then and just acting radical on stage. She's been problematic. I think her show, Joseline's Cabaret, is problematic. The fact that you can, get up on TV and just slam people to the ground of the concrete and still be able to walk around, scot-free is problematic for me. So this time has come. It's been a long time coming for her. And so maybe she will actually learn a lesson. Maybe she might learn a lesson. And the sad thing is she's got a daughter, Bonnie.
Yeah.
Bonnie is watching you, boo. She see all of this going down. And Joseline has got on social media a few times and talked about some of the other mamas who be out here acting out and telling them they don't need their child. Maybe you don't need your child. Because you have not been any kind of an example. You were fighting. This all started because she was fighting someone that was on Joseline's Cabaret 2 seasons ago. Why are we still doing this?
Still on these streets acting like a little thug and acting crazy.
As I've been saying, and I'm going to stick to it, choices have consequences.
Thank you, Royer. E, your thoughts?
First of all, Joseline has contributed to the hip hop culture for decades. She has been a staple on our televisions every Monday nights at 8 o'clock for years. Some of us grew up on Joseline. And, we have to remember how we met Joseline. Joseline became entangled with Stephen Jordan and Olaremi Faust. And these two people were so much older than Joseline. And we have to also take into account Stephen and Olaremi were doing drugs and cocoa. They introduced this poor girl to this type of environment and got her involved in a throuple. And so, we need to remember that all Joseline wanted to do was to rap. That was her dream. And so we got to see, a rags to riches story by Mona Me Entertainment. And I just want to encourage everyone, I implore you, have a heart. Joseline grew up in the slums of Puerto Rico and she survived on the streets. And for any woman who had to resort to stripping and prostitution, Life has already taken so much from her. We got to have a heart. And I feel bad because, to piggyback off of Royer, Jocelyn has been rewarded for fighting and behaving badly. And like a lot of people who are rewarded for bad behavior, she has continued this behavior and gotten worse over the years. That is true. But for me, she pled not guilty. So I have to believe that there are extenuating circumstances that maybe none of us are privy to. I mean, for all we know, this was filmed on Zeus because I saw the previews of this on the cabaret. And so I got to ride with the princess until more evidence comes out, because we cannot forget this woman has survived abuse and drug addiction. And she is a mother to a Black girl who is 6 years old. Girls need their mom. And we have to let this play out in court. And I'm willing to wait to see what Judge Judy has to say about this. Free Jocelyn. Where's Kim Kardashian when you need her? Free Jocelyn.
You playing games, not Kim Kardashian. I cannot right now. Nikki, your thoughts?
I'm over here dying per usual with Eve's assessment. So we can have a heart for Jocelyn, sis, but not for Kim K. Stop it. I'm gonna need you to stop immediately. Full stop. Okay, let's not do that. Let's not. But I can't really ever take Jocelyn seriously. I will say this: it bothers me because I really was. It's like that Tyra thing. I'm rooting for you. Because I did watch like the first, I wanted to say 2 seasons of Atlanta. Was it Atlanta? What was that show she was on? I can't remember what's the name of it. With Stevie J or somebody.
Love and Hip Hop.
Love and Hip Hop. Right. Thanks. When she had that baby, I just was rooting for her to like make some different choices. I really wanted her to. I haven't watched since then. But that's the only person that I really think about when I think about this scenario is like, what is this child being, witnessing and being involved in? And it's just, I'm just gonna hope for the best for her. But I hope that she's not on the cocoa or whatever it is that you guys were saying. I'm hoping that that's not the case. But she's never seemed sane to me, like from the jump. She's always seemed like someone right. But I'm still hoping the best for her and her child.
Yeah, but you know what though? Everything's a joke to her. So I'm praying that maybe this time around, especially since she's hit with these felony charges, and I don't know what type of time is attached to these charges. But one thing I know for sure, you acting a fool with the cops. That's not good. Zeta, your thoughts?
So I don't watch any reality TV besides Married to Medicine. I can't wait till they come back. But I've heard things about Jocelyn. And what I understand is the media continues to reward her bad behavior. And now that she's going to jail, we can't be upset that she's going to jail for having bad behavior, So every action has a consequence. Wish her the best. She should have kept her hands to herself. And
facts. That's facts.
I saw a comment that Emmanuel wants to come up, so I'm gonna drop out. So
Emmanuel, okay, bye Zeta, but Emmanuel, there's room because there's only 9.
Never mind, I'll stay.
Yeah, there's room, Emmanuel. You should be able to come up.
But didn't the Countess Luann do something with the cops and didn't never go to jail? I'm just saying.
No, I think she did slap a cop or something, right?
She got out of her whole handcuffs and was like she was gonna hit him and threaten the cops and all that. So
No, this is when she got arrested, and y'all, she was in the police station and she started lunging them. They said, "You need to calm down," and she said, "F you." And then she lunged down.
When she was in the cop car, she got out of those handcuffs. I remember that.
No, I didn't. But I'm saying this is not the issue that they talking about. They talking about the issue when she attacked the police officer and they had to drag her by her feet and her hands, and she was regularly kicking them.
But this is Jocelyn's first run in, and she's been doing this. She's been in the game for She's been in the game for 100 decades, she says. So no, we got to have a heart. 100 decades.
No, she need rehab, and we got to have her a rehab center, okay? Ready for it.
She definitely needs rehab. She definitely needs rehab. It did my screen switch around. Dustin, any thoughts on this?
My thought is that she needs some help. She needs to get some rehab, and she needs to get a lot of help. That's a lot what I'm going to say. And other people, that's all I'm going to say tonight. And love you, Diva, very much.
Thank you. Adele, your thoughts? Adele, can you hear me?
With her, yeah. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yep.
Hello.
We can hear you now, Adele.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah. E is you're hilarious, E. But with her, I just believe that she has a generational thing happening. Like someone mentioned before. Yeah, E mentioned before. She's from the slums. There's a history in her family of being addicted, and when that happens, there's another layer of things that you're dealing with. It's not just easy for you to decide, oh, I'm going to get off this, and then that's it. And it's also not that easy for you to be also get on the right side of things when you weren't taught how to get on the right side of things. So I think there's a whole bunch of things that's going on with her, and she's doing what comes easy to her. It comes easy for her to fight. It comes easy for her to set fire to things, and then she's rewarded on top of that. Why would she want to do that? Like, that's the problem with the situation. It's like it's hard for her to get out of this because everywhere she turns, she gets rewarded for bad behavior. And at the same time, like I listened to that recording of her with the police. She wasn't there. She was gone. She was like, there was something like took her over. And I was like, oh gosh, who's gonna help her? She was like, leave me alone. Don't. I'm then paraphrasing now. Like it was a lot. I felt so bad for her. So I really believe and I really believe for her to really get a hands-on to change, there needs to be a learning curve for her. She needs some real intensive therapy or something, because you can't get over generational issues just because you decided you wanted to do it. You have to do it intentionally, and there's certain things that you have to put in place. It's going to be a lot for her, but I believe she can do it. She presents herself to be a strong person. But then again, too, sometimes when you have to deal with these things, some people fall apart. But for her to get over the addiction, which she's using the addiction to cover all of that, right? So I just wish her well. I pray for her, and that there's a daughter there waiting for her, because, like he said, the daughter needs her, and she needs to get out of this. If her daughter is supposed to get her mom back, she needs to get out of this addiction, or under this addiction. And I really pray for her to her well.
Yeah, I'm feeling like it's really so sad. Just in case anybody didn't see, I'll play some of it here. Exactly what happened at oh no, you know what? This is it. This is it.
If the car's down, tell her go home, and that's it. All right. Tell her go home now.
Hey, my man, you gotta come out.
outside.
Touch you. I don't want no white man.
No one's gonna touch you.
Shut up, bitch. You shut up, bitch.
Why?
Come on. Hey, get back.
Touch you.
Hey, do you want?
Y'all gonna kill me?
Now you go.
I got it.
Give me your fucking hand. I got it.
Y'all want to kill me? You fucking.
Give me your hand. I got it.
You.
Relax.
You fucking.
I got it. She ain't gonna.
You ass bitches. You gay. You gay bitches. If you kill me, you all gonna die.
Nobody wants to hurt you.
If you kill me, you're going down
Nobody
first.
wants to hurt you. I'm not
You're going down first. You're going down first.
Right.
All my motherfucking
Get her up. Get her up.
They save your mother, bitch. They got you.
Hey, let's go. We're gonna get more charges.
Don't you tell me.
All right.
Let go of me.
Don't kick. Stop kicking. Stop kicking. Stop kicking.
Let go of me.
Stop kicking.
Let go of me.
Stop. Hey,
let go of me.
Cut it out. Stop. Cut it out.
Hey, let go of me right now.
Kicking.
Hey,
Are you gonna stop
you
kicking?
look at me.
Are you gonna stop
yes,
kicking?
you let go of me.
Are you gonna stop
you
kicking?
tell me to let go of me
Are you
right
gonna
now.
stop kicking?
Yes.
Stop kicking. Stop kicking. Stop kicking.
Stop kicking. Look at me. Look at me.
I gave you the
Don't
chance.
look at me. No.
Hey.
Hey.
Go.
Watch. Y'all going to jail. Y'all going to jail. You won't have a job tomorrow. You won't have a job tomorrow. Y'all got me, motherfucker. Shut up. I don't care. Shut up, fucking white. Shut up. Shut up, white. You won't have a job tomorrow, you racist bitch. You wanted a bitch.
At this point, you making it worse. Stand up. Stand up. Come on, stand up. Let's go. Stand up. Stand up. Stand up.
Don't make it worse. Hey, look, all right, me.
Go. I'm ready to go.
Dirty ass. You fucking touch me. Dirty ass.
That is one of the saddest things I've seen.
Nikki said this is really bad from every angle.
Those men should not be touching her. They're not supposed to be touching her. She's right. They're not supposed to be touching her. They're supposed to be a female officer.
What? They asked her to leave the premises. They asked her legally to leave. This is at the arena where Pacquiao and Odu had his fight. They asked her to leave the premises. When you don't leave at that point in time, as a police officer, we have the right to remove you from the premises because someone called us here to remove you. She's being erratic.
No, they have to detain her. They have to detain her until the female officer arrives. They cannot touch her.
You resisted arrest, though. You resisted arrest.
They can't arrest her.
You cannot. No.
What kind of a female officer
right now? A male can arrest a female?
No, in order to arrest her, they have to search her to make sure she doesn't have any weapons. Those male officers cannot search her.
In the station,
they weren't searching her to eat. They was arresting her because she launched that
cannot be arrested. No.
Yes, she can be arrested. She can be arrested. They just can't search her.
Exactly.
They were hurting her. You didn't hear her crying.
They weren't hurting her. They was not hurting her. She was.
Yeah, they was not.
Watch it again. She said, "Don't touch me."
Put them in a threatening situation. She was threatening their lives.
Exactly.
They didn't read the Miranda rights. They did not read her. They did not read her Miranda rights. It's an illegal arrest.
Okay.
I'm
gonna eat to be my lawyer.
In the car, and then she remain silent.
We didn't hear her read. We didn't hear them read her rights. They cannot put her in cuffs and do that.
But that doesn't mean they didn't do it. That doesn't mean they didn't.
Yes, if we didn't see it, then they didn't do it.
It didn't happen. Well, at the end of the day, the charges was booked, and she got her.
You don't got the right lawyer.
As a felony, she got her fingerprints all up in the system. So obviously they did something right.
I'm standing my ground. Diva says, "Stand your ground," and I'm standing mine. She needs to be released from jail because they did not read her.
Put some money on her books. Stand your ground and put some money on her books.
Exactly, warrior.
Okay, Josh said they asked her to leave several times. Definitely, let me say this. This is what is so sad. She definitely was on something. Allegedly, that's what it looks like. It really looks like she was on something. She was definitely on one. That was very sad. Very, very sad. I mean, for her to be talking to the cops like that and then going to tell the cops, y'all going to jail, she's delusional.
And then she slammed the very people that support her. If you gay people, you know, we be out here watching you. We be out here.
I didn't hear her say that.
No, she said it.
She said it.
Go back and catch
she did not say F gay people. She was talking about the cops.
But you're talking about gay people, whether it's an individual or a group of individuals.
Exactly.
No, in the hip hop culture.
Are you gonna act like that
in
when
the
I
hip
arrest
hop?
you?
No, in the hip hop culture, they all refer to cops as.
Are you gonna act like this when they come and arrest you for asking you to leave the property and you don't? Are you gonna act like this?
If they don't read my Miranda rights, I expect you to act like this and come get me out. Yes, I do, Roy. Yeah, you come get me. If they're not honest.
Why are you?
Oh my Lord!
Mo said, "Listen, they say you lost your mind, E, and they think you need to go there with Joseline."
I'm standing my ground.
Mo said she called the cops gay. Like, how do you even? She lost her mind. But you know what? To me, they said, what did they say about a drunk mind speaks a sober heart? Why would that even come out your mouth in the first place? Drunk, sober, on something or whatever. What is with the gay? What is with the
Y'all
gay?
know Jocelyn is gay. And y'all know she was pegging Stevie J. Y'all know that, right?
Allegedly.
Oh, allegedly. Sorry, Diva.
Yeah, Lizzo is nothing. Listen. Who did not get to speak on this? Because I interjected and showed that video. I just wanted to show everybody.
You and me, Diva.
Go ahead, go. In my opinion.
Here's the thing, okay? Jocelyn been on the booger sugar for a minute, okay?
Wait a minute.
Yeah, she said it herself.
She did.
She said at her concert, she said this was the first concert I performed that sober.
What is a booger sugar? Sorry.
You know what the booger sugar is. The white substance. Okay, this is the first time she's ever been without her booger sugar. She should have went on and stayed off the booger sugar, okay? Jocelyn needs to check herself to the first rehab center and then to a psychiatric ward after that. Let me tell you something. It's something really wrong with this girl because you don't grow up in life and act like this. This is not how you act. And then for you to sit up here and say you are African, like she's making fun of everything now. It's not just the LGBT community that she's making fun of. Now she's saying she's black and nobody can call her Afro-Latino. Here's the thing, baby. You are Afro-Latino, okay? You're not black, okay? And I'm saying this with my blackness, okay? I have to put on my face and I have to wear it every day. Now you gotta wear yours. You Afro-Latino, okay? You the Puerto Rican princess, so you say, okay? I'm gonna need the Puerto Rican princess to either go back to Puerto Rico or dress the American laws, which you need to act like you got sense in public. She has gotten away with so many times that she feel like she's obligated to act this way. And somebody needs to take her down a peg and let her know this is not how we handle things in America. Go ahead and get her some rehab and get her some court-ordered psychiatric help so she can get on the right meds and she won't have to self-medicate her with that booger sugar.
Kendall said the booger sugar slipped out of her pocket in a live one time. Oh my. You could tell she definitely was on something. At least it appears that way in that body cam video. That body cam video is going to speak volumes. She could plead guilty all she want. When they play that footage up in the courtroom, I don't know if she's going to stand a chance. Okay. So yeah, it's just crazy in the sense of, the fact that I know she's on substances. It is heartbreaking. The fact that she had a daughter that, does need a mom, it's heartbreaking. I wonder if she remained clean when she was pregnant with the daughter. I just, just a thought that popped in my head. Maybe there's a possibility. The ones that are really, really bad, even sometimes when they're pregnant, they can't even stay off. Right? Those are the ones that are really, really bad. That's the only reason why I said to myself, I wonder if she was able to remain clean while she was pregnant with her daughter. Because, in my mind, she would stand a better chance of kind of getting off of, this stuff. Hey, Emmanuel, welcome in the building. Before I go to Emmanuel, did I skip anybody on this subject?
Oh, I didn't say
Go ahead.
nothing on this.
Yeah, go ahead.
You know what? Something is wrong with her.
Mm-hmm.
And this is not, a laugh. Well, this is not a laughing matter. She needs help. She needs help. She needs to. She going to jail. You can't be acting like that to the police. You can't be acting like that. And you know what? Like I said, something is wrong with her. She needs to go to rehab. She needs to go to rehab. She needs to, where is her daughter? Who got her daughter? Where's her daughter?
Probably the daddy.
Stevie J.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, she needs to, she needs to get help, and she needs to get the rehab, and she really needs to calm down. She needs to grow up. She needs to be there for her. She needs to be there for her daughter.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because life is too short for this foolishness. She needs to be there for her daughter. She needs to get it together. Jocelyn, get it together, girl. That's it.
Yeah. See, the thing is though, when it comes to situation as such, until the person has hit their rock bottom, rehab won't help them. They need
That's true.
to really want to go to rehab. And the fact that she posted that them looking for her was a joke and they're not gonna catch her, it just gives you insight to where she's still not ready. She thinks this is a big game and a big joke. She does that reality TV so much, it has slipped into her real life. She don't know the difference. It's a thin line, and she has crossed that thin line. And reality, her real life, and the TV life is no different for her. Everywhere she goes, she's ready to throw down and fight somebody, which is total insanity. Well, somebody has connected with you. Misbehaving is fun. Thank you for the super chat. She said Jocelyn has an illness and the officers were wrong. So, you got a connection there. Misbehaving
Right.
is
Don't say she don't take care of her daughter, because she always taking care of her daughter, because her daughter lives with her. Stevie is on the booger sugar too, and he don't even have a place to stay now that Faith Evans put him out. But I digress.
Woo woo woo.
Thank you, Denzel.
Yeah.
Emmanuel, you're in the building. What are your thoughts?
Hey, so I cannot believe how some of y'all are so selective on who you want to give grace to based on their past. Because there's certain people that y'all don't like. For example, when it comes to someone like Marlo, y'all will not excuse their behavior regardless of their past. So let's not do that. And then here's the thing.
Get them together, Sebastian. Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Here's the thing. Jocelyn had a good thing going for her. For a while, she was on a lot of shows. She was on The Real. She would go on the Wendy Williams show. She was on Love and Hip Hop. She was producing her own specials. I don't know what happened to her because she was not always like this. And she is a danger to society. I'm just going to say it because no normal person acts like that. No normal person is going to go beating up the police, using the F slur, using the N slur, and acting like that. And I'm just going to say it, and it's going to sound harsh, but she's a horrible mother, because a mother would not be doing all the things that she's doing, being a pimp on television. CPS needs to take that child, because if the daddy's a mess too, then I'm worried for that child. She needs to be in jail, and I really hope she can get clean. And it's like she disrespected Wendy Williams on her own show, and it's like Wendy Williams said, "You're never gonna be Cardi B, so clean up your act."
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Well, you know what, Sebastian? Usually we fight. But I gotta say, right here today, I agree with you.
Emmanuel.
I agree with you.
No,
Jacqueline. I meant
no.
to say, well, hold on one second. Because wait, and the reason why I'm saying that is because I never forget when I watched Being Bobby Brown with Bobby Brown and Whitney Houston. I told my girlfriend, if that wasn't Whitney Houston and Bobby Brown, CPS would have came to that house and got Bobby Christina.
They would have.
Mm-hmm.
They would have been at that house and they would have snatched Bobby Christina up. And God rest, Whitney Houston and Bobby Christina's soul.
Yes.
But Bobby Christina didn't stand a chance because she was raised in that drug-infested home, and she ended up being on drugs herself too. And that's sad. And the mother, I will try to give it to, Whitney Houston's mother. She tried to do several interventions, and she tried to get Bobby Christina, but it wasn't that easy. But I promise you, if it wasn't for them, if it wasn't that they had a name, I highly believe that CPS would have been knocking on their door. Misbehaving is fun. Thank you for the super chat. A patient in acute psychosis experience delusions, hallucinations. They have poor insight and judgment. You cannot reason with a patient in that condition. You know what? Now that I'm thinking about the video, Misbehaving, I will say to you that it was definitely clear Now, I am going to agree with you on this. It was definitely clear that she wasn't in her right frame of mind. That is a fact. And I will say that there are a lot of people that I think that Joseline's situation in this case, it ended up the way it ended up because it was Joseline, right? But you are correct. There's a lot of times when the cops are called and the person is not in their right state of mind and it doesn't end well. Okay, there's many cases where the mother said, I called, my son or my daughter was having a mental breakdown, and the cops did not know how to handle that mental breakdown, and the person was unalived. So I'm connecting with you. I'm connecting with you. I'm understanding what you're saying. It's clear the way she threw her phone, that, and you could see it in her eyes because you even see it in the mugshot that she was not in her right state of mind. I'll just say that. So I'm connecting with you on that it needed to be someone there that understood how to deal with this particular type of business a little bit more. Okay,
Right.
Listen, sometimes y'all gotta talk to me. If you talk to me and you make sense, I get it now. I do get it now. I get what you're saying. So, Miss Behaven, thanks for that super chat. And I'm connecting now. I am connecting.
But Diva,
Yes, go ahead.
Emmanuel said that Joseline's not a good mom. That's not fair because she's a single mom. Wow, and you have
Not
to
a good mom.
remember, Stevie is the one that got Joseline hooked on this booger sugar. This is Stevie's drug of choice. And you have to remember, she doesn't get any child support. Stephen Jordan owes over $2 million in child support for Eva, Mimi's child. He doesn't pay anything for Bonnie Bella. Faith Evans was paying his child support. And I really resent the remark that what it says, Emmanuel is doing a false equivalency. Do you know how many women who Marlo's, she slashed their face and the woman is not even here anymore? She unalived herself. And when you talk
It
about
didn't have anything to do with that, though.
no, but you brought up Marlo. And then when you had the nerve to bring up Wendy Williams, the GOAT of talk show television, first of all, Jocelyn went on that show and defended Black women because Wendy Williams was talking down on every young Black woman, and Jocelyn had to come on there and stand up for Black women.
She was trying to defend herself because Wendy had spoken the truth about
No,
it.
Wendy needed to give her flowers. And Emmanuel, you need to give me my flowers because right now you're disrespecting me. So give me my flowers right here, right now.
I love you, but Jocelyn needs to be in a straight jacket. I'm sorry.
You know what? I am going to connect with Emmanuel on this. She's not being a good mother just by the mere fact of the way she does and acts on these shows. Even if I dismiss this particular incident right here and not even add that to the equation, for sure she's not being a good example.
You can't conflate those two things. I'm sorry.
No, I think you can, right? You're constantly beating up, slapping on people. The thing is with children is they don't do as they say. They do as we do.
That's true.
And you are showing, your daughter this type of behavior is not good, right? Sheila. Sheila says she got flowers for you. But so there's a mixture of dynamics going on here. And even if you want to say, well, Stevie introduced it to her, when he introduced it, you didn't have to take it.
Mm-hmm.
And so, and then even if he introduced it to her, once you determined and found out, that this was not a good path for you, then that's when you gotta move in a different way and direction. And especially again, like I said, because you have a daughter.
But can I just say about I disagree with Ms. E on most of what she was saying, but I do disagree with you and Emmanuel about saying because she's acting this way on her show or public, that doesn't necessarily mean that it translates It probably does, but I'm saying it doesn't necessarily mean that translates to what type of mother you are at home. Because you could be, there's tons of people with all kinds of jobs that are executives, that are CEOs, that are doing the booger sugar or whatever it is, in my opinion, you were saying. And just because they look a certain way, and just because they have a certain title and a certain job, there's plenty of people that are in that world, so to speak, that aren't good examples, but that doesn't necessarily mean that their children are suffering. It doesn't necessarily mean that. I'm saying it's probably highly likely that they are, but it doesn't always mean that, is all I'm saying.
You think isolates this behavior? I'll let you go, man, in 1 second. You think she just isolates this behavior to when
No, I'm saying only this. I ordinarily would say I agree with you in Emmanuel's statement, because it's a pretty good chance that you probably can't turn that behavior off, right? But I'm saying we can't just cover it all with one brush, because there's people that I've known in my life at some point that were dancers in the club and would doing questionable things that I knew that they were doing, but they still were not doing the sugar booger or whatever it is, the drugs, I don't know which words we can say, and are good parents to this day. They're no longer in that world and were never bad parents. They just were in a bad industry. So that's all I'm saying. And I do think what I'm saying is very, what's the right word? Anecdotal, meaning it's me and my little part of the world. I'm saying sometimes, I'm saying we can't sweep it all with one brush and say,
I don't
if
think
she's
we're
doing
sweeping
this
it
and
all.
everybody like her
No.
like that.
No, we're
That's all I'm
talking about Joseline Hernandez right now.
Okay.
And I am saying that in my opinion, this behavior is not just isolated to when she steps outside her door. This is what she's doing. And if she's doing this and can't control herself in the streets, I want to come to put 1 and 1 to make it 2 and say she's not controlling this behavior in her house. But Emmanuel, go, and then I'm going to go to I think she ended up dropping. I was going to go to misbehaving, but I think that was her noise too. Okay, so Emmanuel, what did you want to add?
I just wanted to tell Nikki, the only reason I said she's a horrible mother is because, do you really think that a mother who has her child's best interests in mind is going to be doing this in public? Because this is all recorded. This is all going to be online for her daughter to see in the future. And this
I 100% agree with you and Miss Diva regarding Joseline. I was only rejecting this idea that you can conflate that someone's public persona or someone's public behavior is always going to translate to them being a bad mother. That's all I was saying. I wasn't saying specifically.
He was talking to E though, Nikki. He was talking to E. Go ahead, E. Do you want to respond to that, E?
Yes, because Kim K kids gonna see her tape. Donald Trump kids and grandkids.
You don't want to eat. We love you. You don't even want to stick to the script.
That's not illegal.
Donald Trump grandkids gonna see that.
No, hold on 1 second. Carrie, get in the building because I'm about to close out.
You said Carrie.
Carrie, yes, get in the building.
Yes, Carrie. I heard you guys talking about maybe she was in some type of psychosis and maybe the police didn't handle it right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, in order for them to have handled it a certain way, they would have needed to be notified that that was her condition. And I don't think that was the case at all. Am I right? That wasn't the case. Joseline's not surrounded by anyone that cares about her, that has her best interests at heart.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think she has any type of medical diagnosis. And if she did, no one told the police that, for them to even know that we need to handle this a different way. I do think that there needs to be some sort of court-ordered therapy, rehab. Just like I feel like even my son and the mother of his child, there are no drugs involved. But I believe that certain parents need court-ordered parenting classes because they just can't get along. But you throw drugs on top of that, and erratic behavior, and being a reality star, and I really, really think it needs to be court ordered, or I forget her name, that says that it's hard for her to come out of this because she's been doing it for so long. That's why it does need to be court ordered. Because I don't think she'll ever change otherwise. So she needs to be put in a facility that's court ordered until she dries up. And then,
Did I lose y'all?
We
No,
I'm here.
I'm still here,
I'm
Diva.
here, Diva.
That was the Zeus Network blocking all the lies.
Oh wow, E.
Listen, let me say this. Because Harry, you went out for a minute, right? Let me say this. When it comes to, I understand what you're saying, Harry. Like, oh, somebody would have had to tell the cops. So I believe cops and medical personnel, we get similar training. You're not always going to walk up on a situation and know what's going on, right? But you have to start to be able to recognize some different things for what it is, right? So when I was trained on doing assessments, they said be able to walk in the room, and even if that person doesn't want to admit to being in pain, look at their body language and make your assessment as to whether this person is in pain or not, right? So what I'm saying is that certain professions, when you've done this for a while, certain things. You may not know the diagnosis, you may not know the exact situation, but a lot of these cops, they know walking up on somebody, the girl, that you either drunk, high, both, or that something unusual is going on. I'm not saying that it's going to excuse the fact that you're trying to slap the cops or do whatever the case may be, but I'm saying that they know that something is going on with you, right? So with that being said, knowing that this girl was not in her right mind, because you can see it in her eyes. When you look at her mugshot, you can tell her mugshot from that day. I was trying to find it real quick to pull it up. That in her eyes, she was off. But not only that, just her whole exact behavior. Now that I think about it, I forgot. I think when I say it was misbehaving. You could tell from, her behavior that she was off. Just the whole kicking, the calling names, the this, that, and the other, that, this chick wasn't right. And so on that note, I well agree that it should have been handled a little bit differently, right? Should have been handled a little bit differently. Either way, they was going to have to subdue her, right? Put her in the cups and try to get her out of there. But maybe the first thing it could have happened was, because there was enough cops there, right? First thing would have happened was, like, we putting these handcuffs on you. We're going to give you a minute. You need to calm down. You need to relax. We're going to give you a minute. We're going to try. They had enough cops there. And then once they put the handcuffs on her, blah, 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 whatever the case may be. They kept picking her up by the feet, putting her feet down. Then even when they was near the cop car, again, she was on the floor for a minute. So I do think that it could have been handled a little bit differently. Even if they would have had to eventually call the EMS, maybe to sedate her or something, right? I think it could have just been handled a little bit differently. But, hindsight is everything, for sure. But, whoever triggered my brain on that, I do agree with you that it could have been handled a little bit differently.
Thank
So,
you, Diva.
Can I address something really quickly?
Absolutely.
Just a little thing.
Diva, I sent you the bullshot.
Okay.
Some people are confusing race and ethnicity and culture. So yes, Joseline is Puerto Rican. That's what she calls herself, the Puerto Rican princess. But there is a difference between your culture, where you come from, and your race. So she is a Black woman, because a lot of people were saying, "Oh no, she's not Black" or whatever. I just want to put that out there.
Okay, no problem.
Justice for Joseline.
Oh my God.
I cannot.
We got to do a mental wellness check on you too.
I love you, but you know you all.
Oh my God.
No, we need to do a movie, Surviving Stevie J. He did this, and we need to hold him accountable.
Can I tell you this though too? I really feel, and maybe she was on it before because many people said that she, she was, but I almost feel too that he didn't help with what's his wife that I think they divorced now.
Is that on Faith Evans?
Faith Evans.
Faith Evans. I think it didn't help with Faith Evans either, but that's just my opinion. But when you get with these men and such, and you're gonna let them take you down, then you gotta own a piece of the pie too. Do you see her eyes?
She looks gone.
This is her mugshot from that day. Do y'all see that?
Yeah. Jesus. Wow.
She's thinking about her daughter. You can see it.
I'm done
in
with you.
love with the purple.
Come on now.
You got it for the Lolo.
We're closing out.
War, yeah.
I love you guys. We are closing out. Do a wellness check on E. Somebody. Emmanuel, your final thoughts, really quickly.
She needs a lot of help.
Yeah. And I'm praying for her. I really am. I'm praying for her because getting off of that any substance is really challenging. I'll say that. It happens. There's many people out there that have kicked the habit and been 20, 15, 30 years clean. So I'm definitely praying for her. But this might be her wake-up call. Because, she may end up doing some time behind the bars. But Zeus will wait for her just like Bravo waited for Teresa Giudice. Denzel, your final thoughts?
Like I said, prayers to Joseline, and addiction is no joke. It's no joke. And yeah, it's hard to get off of. So I hope she gets help. She might be going to jail, but prayers to her. I hope she fits her life.
Yeah, there you go. Iyanna fixed my life. Iyanna should have never got off of TV because there's so many more people that she can still help. And prayers out to Iyanna Van Zant too, because I want to say she lost her daughter.
She did.
Yeah, so prayers out to her.
Exactly.
In my opinion, your final thoughts?
They need to send her to some drug rehab and some counseling because Jocelyn been needed it. Okay, and let me tell you something: you can't be a good mama and you acting like this. You just can't. So I stand with her, man. Well, she's not a good mama for that because here's the thing: in order to be a good mama, you have to be able to teach your children right from wrong. And Jocelyn has not learned right from wrong for herself.
Yeah. Yes, very true. Dustin, your thoughts? Final thoughts?
My final thought to this, David, I had a great life, and that's hope Jocelyn gets better soon. But she needs a lot of help and a lot of rehab.
Yes, she does. Thank you, Dustin. I appreciate that. JL said, thank you. JL said 8 months in jail and rehab for 12 months. I like that solution. I like it a lot. Zita, what's your final thoughts?
Overall, of everything we talked about, or just for Jocelyn?
Well, yeah, anything you want to say.
For Lizzo, justice to the victims. Kim K, I think you should combine forces with other Black attorneys and help out more Black people and other people that are incarcerated, not just Black people. But as far as Joseline Hernandez, I really don't have a comment.
Prayers for Jocelyn. Prayers for Jocelyn. Yes, thank you. Thank you for that. Nikki, your final thoughts?
Okay, so I would like to say, I want to get on all the prayers. I would like first to send prayers to my fellow panelists. I know it's difficult to sit on Diva's train without shaking it constantly and standing in your truth like Miss E. Regardless of how crazy it sounds, I'm just saying. And shout out to all of the chats, that people that disagree with me wholeheartedly, and then those that are like, "Yay, Nikki!" No, I wholeheartedly appreciate this because I be tired sometimes when I come home. I be like, I'm gonna get on this panel because I'm gonna laugh and have a good time. And although most of this chat today was kind of sad, some of the stories were very tragic and sad. In the end, Miss E comes on here, or whoever else, the rest of y'all, Sebastian, everybody. make me laugh. So I appreciate y'all. So shout out to everybody.
Thank you. Okay. E, your final thoughts?
This is to
Am I ready?
this is to JL. No, she needs 72 hours worth of jail and 5 years of probation. This is a mom, and you can't get clean while you're behind bars. So it has to be a willing choice. And the girl has already lost her father, so we don't need to take her mother away. My final thoughts on tonight is, we have to remember addiction is an illness. Like me, I'm addicted to ice cream. So when I gain weight, don't judge me because I can't help it.
I can't with you, E.
And so
Nobody playing with her.
and so
She's trolling us tonight. She's trolling us.
And so with Joseline, she truly can't help it. And we got to have a heart. Nobody got hurt at that incident. And the people who we need to be outraged about is this Blueface and Krishan. We need to get them on the train. Joseline, we need to let her get to her next destination. We'll drop her off in Manhattan because she's filming the cabaret in Brooklyn, and she got to go to Manhattan and get her outfit. So, no, I say, Joseline, you're free to go. They didn't read you your Miranda rights. And Royer's going to be down there with your outfit for the cabaret. And in my opinion, is going to be there to press your hair out. And Diva's going to make sure that, we get the booking fees up front. So I say,
lies you tell, E.
Welcome back, Joseline.
I'm gonna be there with the police saying, lock her up. Oh, opinion.
Roy, your final thoughts?
If I'm gonna be anywhere, I'm gonna be outside of the courtroom shouting, "Lock her up! Lock her up!" Y'all remember to hit the like button on this video.
Come on, Roy.
If you
Oh
don't
my
like
God.
this video, just remember, Candy keeps this train running on a regular. Have a good night.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, Roy.
I gotta get off that
Listen,
train
y'all,
again.
thanks for being here. I hope you enjoyed Thursday night trending topics.
Thank you,
Until
Diva.
next time, have a good one. Bye, everybody.
Love you, Diva. Love y'all all.
Love you, Dad. Bye, guys.
Good night, everybody.
Hit the like button.